All right, welcome, Earth and Star friends. Cosmic Goddess Blue Star here, giving you your cosmic energy update. So let's jump right into it because we have a lot of energies that we are in right now. We have, of course, the rare blue supermoon tomorrow, and this is all about enlightenment. This is about fortitude. That energy came up last month. I think it was last month already. Time is just freaking zipping on by. That was like the energy Alec Ali was talking about, like this mental fortitude. I think that was through the Lion's Gate, if I'm remembering correctly. So this is the energy, and now it's coming out. It's coming full circle here with our beautiful super moon. It's the second full moon of the month, and I'm doing an event tomorrow with the Violet Planet of transmutation and Archangel Zadkiel and Saint Germain, and I'm going to go into that in a little bit because it's going to be really, really intense what we're going to be doing, but intense in a good way because this is all being energetically supported. But we have six planets in retrograde, and to me, that's such a beautiful number because to me the 6 represents love. Like 66 is higher love, 6 life path. I'm a 6 life path number, and it is really about love. It's the energy of Venus, and we're going to be connecting to Venus tomorrow too, and working with that frequency, so I'm super excited about that. So the energy of this love and this Venus energy is around all of these planets that are in retrograde. So you've been working a lot on self-love and self-worth through all of these retrogrades. So just take a moment and think about that. Think about all the things that you've been going through, and you know how that has played a part in your daily life. Now 6 is also in the dimensional sessions, the healing sessions, the DNA sessions I do. That is about new timelines. This is like the Akashic, the new timelines, creating new timelines. So all of these planets in retrograde are assisting you with that, assisting all of us with that. It is the place of stillness, like to take a step back. And if you think about that, retrogrades, that's what they offer. It is the energy slows down. It allows us to take a step back, analyze, review things, just like the planet, right? The planet's slowing down, right? So it's slowing down. We're slowing down. We're moving a step backward to look at things, see how they're playing a part in our life, and what we need to do to move forward in a more course corrected way. That's that 6 energy right there, that new timeline, you know. So it is a time for us to move forward, just like when the planets go direct, right? So it's really a supportive time, even though can feel like everything's coming apart. And of course, sometimes it comes apart so it could be built back together stronger, right? More solid, more beautiful, right? So it is really definitely something, even though retrogrades could at first be like, whoa, you know, holy moly, you're going into this, right? It's happening. But it really is for the highest good. So so I'm going to go through, actually, I have written down here, you know, a couple of the planets that are in retrograde, so I do not leave any of these out, and the energies that they embody. So we have Pluto, which is it's about change. It's about power struggles. That was from May 11th, and it goes until October 22nd, which is a really powerful day in October. So this is where you're going to see where you're giving your power away to. Maybe you're butting heads with somebody, but it gives us the opportunity for new growth, for transformation. This is where ambitious, so renewal, like all of these, you know, there's polarity and everything, right? So we got to look at what this retrograde can bring to the table for you and how it can help you in a positive light. So then we have Saturn, you know, I've talked about that many times. That was June 18th. This goes to November 4th. This is all about generational karmic healing. It's the planet of limitations, restrictions. So it's really going to give you that opportunity to take a look back at where you are limiting yourself. You know, how are you being restricted? And as we move forward with this, as it goes direct November 4th, you're going to break free. You're going to have such clarity with all of this. So Saturn is a beautiful energy to work with. And again, it's a generational planet. There's actually Uranus, Saturn, and I want to say Pluto. Pluto and Neptune are the generational planets. So this is about, like I mentioned, like going back, looking at our generational patterning, how your lineage is being, these things that are being passed down, even adopted behaviors, adopted thoughts. So all this review under these retrogrades. And then, of course, if you add this blue supermoon on to the mix, bringing such great clarity, it's really going to help you even more so. All right, so the Neptune we have July 1st through December 6th. And Neptune's that very feminine planet. It's all about self-devotion, self-love. This was coming up a lot during the Lionsgate when we were, well, a little bit before the Lionsgate, when we were working with like Mary Magdalene energy of self-love and inner devotion and spiritual devotion. So this is that energy helping you through magic, through rituals, seeing where you're self-sacrificing yourself. Maybe you don't have a inner devotion or a ritual or ceremony that you go into and you're going to start, right? So tapping into that beautiful energy. Now, what's interesting is Zadkiel. We're going to be working with Zadkiel tomorrow night, and he works with the violet, the sacred violet energy, the angelic ray, the violet ray. Ariel does too as well. But tomorrow night we're going to be working with Zadkiel, and you guys are going to get infused with this beautiful violet energy from Zadkiel. And he helps to, well, he's actually a couple of things. He works with Archangel Michael and Archangel Jophiel to clear the negative energies around the world and within, you know, the human field. So a lot of people don't know that, but Jophiel, the angel of beauty and love, working with that, purifying the thoughts, purifying the mental body. So he's really, in traditional astrology, he is part of Jupiter. And that is all about our outer world. And then in, I believe in, I'm just trying to remember, Uranus, this is all about external change. So this is the non-traditional, this is modern astrology. Sorry, I'm just drawing a blank here for a moment on that. So he works with both of those energies. And we're going to be, this moon is going to be in that energy of Jupiter. So it's bringing in that beautiful review, with his frequency. And not, I guess, Jupiter is kind of like learning not to overdo things, right? Avoiding excess, like doing things just obsessively. So he can help with that, you know, to kind of calm down the mind, calm down the body in that reaction. Of course, traditionally, Jupiter is higher education, justice, and Zadkiel works with that. You know, he's like the angel of justice and, I would say, freedom. right? So freedom. And if you think about even Saturn and that restrictions, you know, bringing in that energy of freedom. And then we have the Jupiter and Zadkiel and even Saint Germain, which I'll get to in a moment. You can see why he stepped forward for this event at this time when all these beautiful planets are in retrograde under the beautiful super moon that we're going to have. So it's Jupiter's a really beautiful planet to work with because it helps us to be more focused, but it's in retrograde, so you might have a little struggle with focusing right now. But Zadkiel is going to help you with this, and the new moon, the full moon, excuse me, is going to help because that moon is just going to illuminate and bring things into clarity, right? So that's going to be really helpful. Then we have Uranus is also in retrograde. That I believe was August 29th to I think January 27th, I believe. And that is all about interchanges, facing fears, interchanges for the external, for external change. So that's really quite helpful. But in retrograde, you could have had like instability in some relationships going on. And then of course, Venus being in retrograde during this time period too, that could be a little difficult. Oh, I just saw a little orb flying down. Hello, my friends. All right, so, but Venus retrograde is actually going direct September 4th. So we're just there, we're right there. And this is the planet of love and beauty, inner world, inner self-love, and of course our external relationships. And think about that, like our inner world reflects our outer world, right? So whatever we got going on inside, it's going to reflect how things happen externally in your external world. So this is really, again, even coupled with the Uranus energy, because like I said, this is those interchanges that need to take place for that external change. So it pairs beautifully with Venus, even though it could be very uncomfortable because these things are going to come up with these retrogrades, these triggers. These triggers are going to come up because it's helping you to see what is out of balance and what needs shifting, what needs change. And you got all the Pluto, the planet of change, Neptune, really helping you to move with the dedication and the devotion, to look at these things. Jupiter, of course, higher education, that's higher knowledge, higher consciousness, understanding that. And of course, coming in under, the Jupiter and Uranus energy is Zadkiel, and that's that higher wisdom, knowledge, and these changes that need to take place internally so you can see how you can shift your external reality. And then of course, beautiful Venus, really helping with you really to step up towards your self-love, with that, and what you will and will not tolerate, that is anything but, in the love frequency. And that of course is the energy of the 6. That's the 6 energy of love. So here we are. We have a great opportunity to see things with clarity and understand our emotions on a deeper level. And that, well, actually, I just want to go, before I go into tomorrow night with what we're going to be doing, the things to work out or look out for, I should say, with this Mercury retrograde is not over analyzing it. It's in that energy of course, triggers, communication, that Virgo energy. Virgo is practical, looking at things. It's an earth sign, so you might notice, just watch out for like delays, of course, delays in contracts. Not overanalyzing. That's what just keeps coming into my mind. Don't overanalyze things. And just kind of take a step back, review things, review your contracts, review decisions, review what you're going to say before you say it. If you're, obviously in a situation where all these beautiful planets are bringing these situations to the forefront for you to look at. But using all of this beautiful, the higher end of these planets in retrograde for the highest good, and you'll be okay, right? So now tomorrow, because all of these energies, what they're helping us with, all of this review and really looking and understanding about the emotions. We're going to be working on many, many layers and levels in the energy field tomorrow during this activation. And it's the Violet Planet Venusian transmission. So we're going to be looking at the blocks, I would say the stuck energies within the energy field, and that could be, of course, in our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies. So we're going to utilize this beautiful ray of transmutation, which is the 7th ray, and the energy from the violet planet and the energy around what is coming into our earth and into our energy fields for the highest process of alchemy. So we're going to travel through all of the pathways in your field and also within your chakras. We're going to clear out things, and we're going to start anchoring down this violet energy into your field. So that I'm really, really excited for, because I just wrote down a couple of things about that. You know, because we have the human energy field, right? So some people don't understand the human energy field, but we have our physical body, and a lot of times it's the pain body. And when we have triggers or emotions or traumas that happen, it gets basically lodged and imprinted into this field. So what we're going to be working on tomorrow is releasing that, finding where the stored energy is and releasing it through this beautiful violet energy, this sacred flame of alchemy, of freedom, of healing into our fields. So that's going to be really, really powerful, and very much needed, because this trauma will get imprinted and does get imprinted into your energy field. And what happens when it's imprinted and not released and transmuted, another situation will just activate it. And this is why some people will go in that cyclical pattern of having the same things happen, you know, over and over and over again. So it's almost like the pain body, it's like a virus. It begins to feed off of that energy. And even though you are experiencing it in a negative way, it's to the pain or the trigger, this is what it wants. It wants to feed and be fueled off of this. So this is why it's so important for us to look at this, and even like through what we're going to be doing tomorrow night, but even this is what I do in the healing sessions. It's going through the bodies and the channels to see where a person has what within each energy field, and releasing it and infusing and imprinting it with a higher frequency. So this is where this is very much needed, because like I said, it'll just keep feeding, and then you'll have another thing that happens. And I too have experienced that, and you know, this is what happens with the human earth walk, right? So it's like that expression, issues in your tissues, right? You know, it's like these issues lie within our tissues, within our organs, within our muscles. And then when something happens, it gets triggered, and then it begins to grow, right? And then we heal one thing, right? And another thing seems to come up because we didn't go really to the source and pull out that energy. So what we're going to be doing is pulling out that energy and infusing it with this violet frequency. So, I'm really excited, and I know the energy of Venus is really, really present. And we're going to infuse, obviously, that Venus energy of love also into these bodies and into your energy field. So, you know, it's going to be a really powerful day. That's why I said in my previous posts, you know, if you're participating in this, really, you want to eat as clean as possible, limit, you know, alcohol and all that kind of stuff. The foods that you eat, you know, make sure they're very high vibrational food. because we want the energy not to have to go through all that density from, you know, those actions, right? So we want to raise our frequency, so we do so by eating very healthy and drinking a ton of water. Hydrating before this and hydrating afterwards, right, is going to be really, really important for you to do. All right, so I'm at the 20-minute mark. I just want to pick a couple of cards because I love it and it's fun. So whoever is watching, this is for you. Oh, another announcement while I'm just shuffling the energy here. I'm gonna put up today the angel intuitive classes. That's gonna start on All Souls Day, November 1st. So there we have a very powerful energy of All Souls Day, and it being, of course, November, which is an 11, and then a 1. So it's holding that frequency of just massive transformation and spiritual expansion. And then I think it's working out because of Thanksgiving and whatnot, and, you know, Halloween, well, the night after Halloween anyways, with All Souls Day, but moving every 2 weeks. It worked out that way with my schedule. And of course, wanting to take into account Thanksgiving. Okay, so I'm just going to pick 4 cards here, and we're going to go through them really fast, and so this doesn't take forever with Mercury retrograde to upgrade this. Okay, so the first card we have is Inner Power. So this really talks about everything that I was talking about creating this space within, seeing where you're giving your power away and integrating that and knowing your power and stepping into your power. And then we have beautiful balance, and this is that Libra energy, of course, and the justice scales. That's Zadkiel, bringing balance and justice into that energy, into your life, I should say. So this is a great, I love this card. It is the Zadkiel energy. Okay, then we have synchronicities, and that's what happens when we raise our vibration, this clearing out all of that muck, right, and the triggers and the traumas and everything that's blocking our energy field. And of course, we have counter blessings, counting our blessings through all of these planet retrogrades, seeing the blessings within this. Yeah, so I love these cards, and this is actually this is a deck actually I want to have everybody use for the angel class, and their Angel Prayers Oracle cards by Kyle Gray. But they're fun. They're really, really fun. Okay, so there you have it, my friends. It's 22, the energy and number of the master, which is what you are. So have a beautiful day, and if you'd like to participate, whether Zoom or in person, for tomorrow night's event, please reach out to me and I will set you up. And there you have it. All right, so have a great day, have a blessed day, and namaste.